Well, I always watched, so I used to downhill ski as well in high school. So I always watched for the Winter Olympics, I would watch downhill skiing and then bobsledding too, because I just like racing. So I never really knew how you could get involved. I just thought, hey, this is really cool that they're doing that. How do they all fit in that sled? How do they, how are they going so fast and stuff? So it just kind of intrigued me. But towards the end of my time at University of Maine, a coach that we had there was on the development circuit for a little bit, and he kind of talked to a few of us. Was like, you should consider it if it's something that seems like you'd like. They host these combines throughout the summers, and you can just go try out and kind of like see what that process is like. And so once I realized that, I was like, oh, you just kind of go and see, you just, whatever it is, I'm sure you need to kind of sprint and probably be strong and stuff. So there was a handful of us that tried out. At one time, there was, I want to say 6+ University of Maine graduates in bobsled or skeleton at various levels at one time on Team USA. So it was kind of cool. And so kind of half of us tried out 14, 15, and then the other half tried out 15, 16. I was in the group that tried out 15, 16. I went to a combine and they assess your sprints and some jumps and some, like a shot toss and your lifts and stuff. So I did well there. They invited me to rookie camp, and I drove down to Lake Placid from Maine, Lake Placid, New York, for rookie camp, and then I just never left. I had like a week of close, and I went for the rookie camp, and we had rookie push champs, and it was an absolute just snowball effect from there. I stayed for a month in between rookie push champs and national push champs, and I got second at national push champs my rookie year. Went on to World Cup. I was sliding with an Olympic champion, and I was like, holy smokes. It was like 2 months ago I was trying to start my professional career with strength and conditioning, and all of a sudden here I am on the World Cup. I was blown away by it. I didn't know what would come of it. I figured, you try out and kind of see what happens. And all of a sudden I'm racing on the World Cup and in world championships and all this stuff. And I absolutely fell in love because the sport just ties so much of my interest in one. I really, really appreciated my time at University of Maine and with the track and field team. But my heart is more like action sports. I always wanted to be in the X Games, and I spent a lot of time at the skate park or on the mountain. And so that little bit of adrenaline rush and the racing, I did a little bit of autocrossing in the Cumberland Motor Club and stuff. So it just kind of ties everything together. I get to be like the little race car driver, adrenaline junkie, but I also get to sprint and lift. Everything that I did leading up to bobsled, it seemed like it just was such a perfect fit. It was all of my interests, and then all of the things that I put my time and effort into over the years seemed to tie into the sport. And it was really a fulfilling thing that I've been doing. And I love it. I get to live my passion every day. I'm proud, but I'm even more so just grateful. I never, growing up, I never thought I would be going to the Olympics. It was certainly it was a dream, and it would be so cool to do it. But I didn't know, what sport would it even be in, or what, it's been a really mind-blowing experience, if I'm being honest with you. And I think I'm more so grateful. I'm grateful to have gone to the University of Maine. I'm grateful to have moved to Maine at a young age. There's just so many things that happened in my life that led me to this point, and I'm just extremely appreciative of it. I'm not sure if I have one specific, this concrete goal of we all want to win a gold medal. We prepare to win every race. I would say, I want to perform to the best of my ability. I want to represent University of Maine and the United States and the Army just to the best of my ability, and just prepare every day to do exactly that. I wanted to make an Olympic team. It absolutely was a goal. It was a part of an overarching goal of I have found something that I'm truly passionate about, and I want to pour my heart and soul into it every day and just be the best bobsled driver that I can be and the best teammate I can be. and then just represent those teams, like I said before, just to the best of my ability. So that's that's the major thing. Making the Olympics is a part of that, and being an Olympian is a part of that. It's definitely a lifelong dream, and that I've something I've worked towards. But yeah, I want to just continue to learn and grow. I'm still a relatively new pilot. I've been driving. This is my fourth season, so I'm probably one of the least experienced in the whole field. Um, so yeah, I want to just continue to apply myself and push myself and try to just be a part of something a little bit bigger than just me. So I'm gonna do the best I can to get the best results and be chasing medals at every chance I get. And for right now, I'm just taking it in because I don't think it's completely set in. So and yes, I am proud to be representing Maine and the U.S. Army and Team USA. I'm very proud of that, but I'm more so grateful for the people and the situations that I've been in that really helped shape my whole life, and I'm just eternally grateful to those people and situations that I've been in the last. I'm 30 years old. In the last 30 years, it's been just amazing. That's a great question. It is kind of a little more technical. So, but yeah, I love talking this stuff. So the two man the two man bobsled is quite nimble compared to the four man. It's a lot shorter and it's a lot lighter. The sled itself is a bit lighter, but then you have two people in it instead of four. So it's a bit nimble, and you don't go quite as fast. Um, I mean, you're still going relatively the same speed, but you're a handful of kilometers down on the four man, and you have less stability, but it's very nimble. So you can kind of break into a skid and save it, and you can get into some hairy situations and not crash. You can kind of save some things. The four man has far more stability. It has more speed. You're experiencing more pressure and higher pressures in the turns. The downside to it is it reacts a little slower. And then if you get off your fast lines, or if you get off your ideal lines, it's harder to save because it's so much heavier, it's longer, it's bigger. You have four people in it, and if you start getting jostled around and the center of gravity kind of gets out of hand, they can it's basically easier to have your best run, but it's also easier to have your worst run, if that makes sense. It's kind of all or nothing with the four man. Whereas the two man, you can go down and skid a bit and save it and still go kind of quick.